Just like different animals, plants also live in water or in the aquatic bodies, and these plants also have certain adaptations which help them to survive in this water. As we know that adaptations, they are the changes or adjustment in the behavior or the structure so that they are more suited to the environment. It is derived from the Latin word adaptere, which means to fit. So certain changes that an organism has to suit to the environment are known as the adaptations. So plants also have adaptations which help them to live and grow in different areas. Different plants have different adaptations as per the area and the environment in which it is living or it is growing. So the plants that are in the water, they have leaves and stem which are flexible, which help in the movement with the water currents, and they have air spaces in their stems to help hold the plant in the water. They lack strong water transport system in their stem. Instead, water, nutrients and dissolved gases are absorbed with the help of leaves directly from the water. Also, the root and root hairs are reduced or absent, and roots, they are mainly needed for the anchorage, not for the absorption of nutrients and water. In different plants, they may have leaves that float atop the water, exposing themselves to the sunlight. In such floating plants, chlorophyll is restricted to upper surface of the leaves only that gets hit by the sunlight. And some plants produce seeds, even though seeds can float. So these plants may be classified into two main types. Firstly, the free floating plants which float freely on the water, for example water hyacinth, lotus, water lily. And in these plants, the special features, there are certain special features which help them to grow and survive in these aquatic bodies. So in the free floating plants, as the name suggests, they are freely floating over the surface of water. In these plants, the leaves are large and flat, and the leaves are covered with a waxy coating which makes them waterproof and protect them from the decaying effects of water. As I told that the stems have air spaces which enable the plant to float on the water. So you can see the leaves, they are of large size and they are floating over the surface of water, and they have air spaces which help them to float on the water. And these leaves, you see there is a shine on the leaves because it is having a waxy coating over it. As I told you in earlier slides also, that if any living body is thrown in water, it can decay, but these do not decay because they have waxy coating over their surface. Next comes the completely submerged plants. You can see it is growing underwater. They are completely submerged. We call them submerged plant. And these plants, they remain completely submerged in the water. There are different varieties of plant. You observe them. Observe the pattern in their leaves. They have different leaves, and the common feature is that all the leaves, they are thin and ribbon like in structure. In plants like Hydrilla, Vallisneria, the leaves are thin and ribbon like. Such type of leaves allow water currents to pass through them without damaging the leaves. So in this way, when the leaves are ribbon like, when the word ribbon hits our mind, we observe what kind of shape and what kind of features the ribbon has. The ribbon is quite lightweight and it moves in all direction with the air. In the same way, these ribbon like leaves, they move in any direction with the water currents and they are not uprooted in this way. Also, the roots in these plants, they are not developed, they are either partially developed or